Hey, this is John Assaraf, and I hope as always that you're having an amazing day. Now, one of the things that I see in hundreds of businesses all over the world are consistent errors that prevent the business or the business owner from really maximizing his or her business revenues and growth. And regardless of where it is in the world, the number one thing that seems to be a problem for most businesses is getting a consistent flow of prospects or traffic. And what does that mean? Well, it means that if you don't have a consistent and predictable number of people every day, every week, every month that are either coming to your website, calling your landline, or coming to your store, then you don't have enough people to sell. And so when I look at people's businesses and I look at what is your consistent, reliable lead generator or prospect generating source, most of them don't have those sources really well defined and outlined. And so if you really want to increase the revenues of your business, one of the first things you have to work on is how am I going to generate more consistent, qualified leads for your business of what I call as the ideal or perfect client who's ready to buy your product or service. Now, in addition to finding the best ways to drive more prospects and traffic, you have to go to number two, and that you have to develop a sales process. And what's a sales process? A sales process is simply once somebody comes to your website or once somebody calls you on the phone, then what do you do next? What are the steps from step one to step two to step three in a sequential, thought out, organized process that takes into consideration a couple of things? Number one, are they the right prospect? Number two, are they ready to buy right now? And if they are, do you have an irresistible offer for them to buy right now? Something that tells them, wow, I have to have this right now. Because if you don't, then people just keep shopping. So you have to trigger some emotions to get people to buy right now. And that is going to account for about 3 to 5% of the people who either call you or come to your website or you meet that may have an interest in your product or service. The third part of the sales process is if they don't buy from you right now, then what is a well thought out process over the course of a month, 3 months, 6 months, or however long the life cycle is before you or between the time you meet a prospect and they buy from you, that you consistently keep engaged with them, whether it's online or offline. And so number one is you have to determine what are the best ways to get a consistent flow of prospects for you. Number two, you have to create a sales process that once they come into your website or your office or call you, that you have a documented process of what to do and when to do it for the 95% or more of the people that won't buy right away. And it's really a nurturing of that prospect over a period of time with the right time frames to offer them what you have so that they buy over the course of the next week or the following month or the following year. And then the other piece that's really critical for all this to come together is your marketing message. And how do you develop a compelling marketing message in your advertising, whether it's on your website, whether it's on your brochures, whether it's through radio or television or any way that you're actually getting your message of your company's product or service in front of people. Advertisers know this really well, and major corporations know this really well, or I should say advertising companies know this very well, that the more time you invest on developing a precise and specific message for your ideal clients, pains, fears, frustrations, irritations, and the things that they're moving towards, the pleasurable things they're moving towards, the easier it's going to be for you to stand out versus your competition. So if you've got the right marketing message that really speaks to them, and you've developed the best way to prospect where your prospects are, and you've developed a sales process that sells the ones that are ready to be sold right away in a wonderful, loving, caring fashion, and you nurture the rest of them in a well thought out process, now you have 3 of the main pieces you need to get more leads, convert more leads into sales, nurture the leads that don't buy right now through a sales process that's predictable, that'll give you consistent and ongoing revenue. If you're not doing that and you need some help, I'd love you to look into our Escape Velocity 212 Mastermind program, where we teach business owners how to do 3 to 5 times more business in 6 to 12 months by putting these right processes in place. If this is right for you, find out more information. There's some stuff on this page somewhere.